It's the big one. It does not get bigger than this. Probably the most anticipated game of this year. Oh man, and the closer we get, the bigger I feel like it's getting. We almost need Bruce Buffer from the UFC to kick us off. It's time! Ireland versus the All Blacks in Dublin. Oh man, both teams have been released. We're getting closer. We're a couple of days out. The tension is palpable, if that's the right way to describe it. I can't wait for this, man. We're going to run through the teams, run through a couple of talking points, and then a little bit of a preview. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of both teams. Where do you think the game's going to be won or lost? What changes would you make in the teams? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe while you're there. Let's get into it. I'll chuck both teams up here. We can get through them. So the home team first, Ireland, with Porter, Callagher, Belham. Obviously Furlong picking up an injury during the week, so it ruled him out. McCarthy and Ryan in the second row, and back row of Byrne, Van der Fleer, and Doris, Caelan Doris, captain as well. Backs of Jamison Gibson Park, Jack Crowley, Archie, Ringrose, James Lowe, Mac Hansen, and Hugo Keenan at fullback. And the reserves for Ireland, Herring, Healy, O'Toole, Henderson, Peter Marnie, Conor Murray, Frawley, and Jamie Osborne. And then for the All Blacks, they've gone pretty much unchanged except for the forced changes they've had to make. So it's Tamati Williams, Asafa Moore, Tyrell Lomax, Scott Barrett, captain, Tupuvai, Wallace Atiti, Sam Kane, Ari Savia, Cortez Ratima, Damien McKenzie, Geordie Barrett, Rico Ioane, and then back three of Caleb Clark, Mark Talia, Will Jordan. Bench of George Bell, Ofa Tonga Fasi, Pasilio Tossi, Patrick Toyipolotu, Sammy Penny Finau, Cam Roygard, Anton Leonard-Brown, and Stephen Perofeta. Very, very, very strong sides, both really strong sides. You'd wish there wasn't any injuries so that it could be like both strongest sides versus strongest sides, but that's just rugby. Sometimes guys get injured and sometimes you can't play again. But that's that next man up. Who jumps in and can you rise to the occasion, man? And it doesn't get bigger than this. Holy. So some talking points. First one, Ireland haven't played since July, since the Rugby Championship. So there's a bit of an argument for they might take a while to get going into the game. It might take a couple of minutes or a little bit longer than that. But my little counter debate to that is the last time they did play was versus South Africa, the world champs, in South Africa, and they beat them. So there's a bit of that to say to that. Most of these players, or pretty much all of them, have been playing for their URC teams and have been playing really good rugby. And I've always said this Irish team doesn't need much to get going. So I don't think, if anything, the little bit of rest is probably good. But yeah, there is something to say for that cohesion of those guys playing together. But man, Leinster, pretty much all their players are playing for Ireland. Munster, like it's only a couple of guys from other teams that are in the squad. So it's a strong Leinster contingent, and those guys have been playing together for a long time. So 6-day turnaround for the All Blacks. That's tough. The Blacks haven't had to travel very far, but it is. I mean, that 6-day turnaround, we'll see how much. Whether that's a good or a bad thing. Then obviously Cody Taylor, Beauden Barrett out for the All Blacks, and then Furlong and Sheehan hasn't been right for a while for Ireland. The two kind of the injuries there, that guys that would regularly they would start. So that's big outs for both teams. The little bit of Ireland hurt from the Rugby World Cup quarterfinals. Man, the hurt, the boiled up, like we have to get back at them sort of thing. And playing at home man, it's just all the narrative that's gone around the Johnny Sexton stuff with Rico Ioane. There's talk that Rico Ioane might lead the haka as well. So, oh man, that just makes for good TV. Loving the drama with that. And then All Blacks potentially underdog tag here. I don't think it's hard to make All Blacks the underdog at any point of whatever phase they're in. Some people say they're at a rebuilding phase. All Blacks are still one of the best rugby teams in the world, or if not the best, and have been for a very long time. Yes, they're going through, or they've lost a bit of that aura, or lost really good key players in certain positions, but still very, very strong side, and on their day can beat anyone. So there's no underdog tag. I think it's two sides going at it at an even playing field. Because All Blacks, as we've seen, they can beat you at any point of the game, any time, no matter how points they are behind, how many points they are behind, they can come back and really sting you. So I don't think there is any underdog or top dog tags here. Where I think the game can be won or lost. Firstly, set piece. Most notably, the lineouts. All Blacks really, really struggled the past couple of games with their lineouts just not connecting really well. Worse, strong lineout thrower, but the jumps weren't connecting at some points, and then sometimes they wouldn't throw straight. So we could look to Ireland to, when they kick, trying to find touch and then really attacking that lineout. And this will be on All Blacks ball, on Irish's own ball, really, really attacking that line out. It's a big set piece, and I've always said it's your best place to attack from, because the back line or the defensive line is 20 meters away from the attacking line. And you'll see lots of teams use the line out as a good bench to start their attacking threats from. So start attacking set pieces, even run plays off lineouts, off the top, off the bottom, plays coming around, plays going around the blind side. It's a big attacking threat, and it's something the All Blacks will really have to knuckle down and iron out this weekend. Then turning opportunities into points. These big games, it's fine margins. You get small, minimal opportunities, and you have to take points, whether it's the 3 points to start off the game to keep that scoreboard ticking over, but then it is knowing when to not go for the 3 points, but to go for the jugular, go for the sideline, and go for those tries, go for the 7 or go for 5 at least. Those decisions are big ones up to the leadership group. And it's understated decisions, whether to go for 3 points or whether to back yourself and go for the 5, the try, and then the conversion. It's really big decisions that leadership group have to make. And I think sometimes don't get enough credit for. Because, sometimes the 3 points is just an easy given. Yep, let's take the 3 points. But then backing yourself to get those 7, it's another big one. Unforced errors. So both teams will punish you on unforced errors. The All Blacks just coughed up way too much ball last week versus England. Too many unforced errors. So discipline was poor as well. Sorry, that's one of my other talking where the game will be won or lost. But staying on unforced errors, like giving away silly penalties, coughing the ball up. You'll have to, that ball is going to be golden this weekend. They'll have to look after that. And then lastly, discipline. We've seen it's come to bite the All Blacks in the ass sometimes with discipline, getting yellow cards. No team can afford to play a man down here, because both teams, either team, will absolutely punish you, put you to the sword. So discipline, a big one here. Man, this is going to be an absolute game. Ireland at home. Man, I backed England last week against All Blacks. I come up wrong there. I think I'm going to back Ireland. Ireland by 3. Sorry, All Blacks fans. But the way Ireland play, they're at home as well, sold out, I'm pretty sure. at Dublin. Can't look past them. If All Blacks come away with a win here, holy, that takes away the rebuilding phase that everyone's tagging them with. They're the real deal then. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Hit that subscribe button there. And I'll see you next time. Bye.